Hello, I hope all is progressing well. Welcome to I Don't Know, We Can Talk About It, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. Our first topic is about the English curriculum. Really focusing on how the different requirements per state gravitate around what a course may teach through contexts which are arguably very diverse. For Shakespeare, one may consider the diversity of stories which may allow for one to engage with the core necessities of one's learning, at the same time allowing for the embracing of the diverse worlds in which the story engages, which might not be strange to any educational environment. When considering how individuals may relay learning, apply learning elsewhere, then using the text may feel secondary to what is of primary core learning. Assessing how to approach what may be a complex situation in a story may allow for one to approach the complex situation otherwise. What is important, aside from all else, is the language of which a story may be communicating. When reading a story, immediately understanding is very helpful. Considering how an educational environment may be growing with a particular language background, or language backgrounds may be beneficial to an individual approaching language in a story. Navigating what the communication might be may prove challenging for individuals if individuals are not aware of how to approach comprehending language, approach comprehending voice. The list of which the article presents are of an example, which brings to light many other stories that exist that might be available for use in a classroom. The stories that are available of a period may prove extremely rich to grow from. One's learning necessitates being able to navigate complex parameters. Education is to assist with being more efficient, more efficacious, if one will, in worlds beyond education. So being able to acknowledge parameters of the world of which all live through, for the most part, is extremely possible with a good English course, with an English course that allows for one to communicate about language, be able to have conversations of constructive parameters so as to understand how to communicate about a topic, a story, to be able to understand how to engage with conversation and communicating about what is present within the story. What I find fascinating is when individuals are engaging with the present context of stories of the list within the article, individuals may find space to participate. How much one will participate, if one chooses to, is what may guide the learning, is what may guide how one is able to navigate the parameters of a discussion of the topic of one's learning. I think being able to have a curriculum of stories requires not only adherence to what shifting policies already exist for learning standards, though for connecting with what is accessible in an educational environment of higher education beyond secondary school, beyond primary school, whatever connects to the next portion must be available, must be accessible for boosting to and beyond the next portion of one's educational life, though must be considering how to ensure individuals are growing mindfully in tune to be efficacious in the world of which all live through for the most part. I think there are many options that engage with the parameters necessary as of now to ensure learning standards are more than adequate. Even so, assessing how the learning standards required is important as well. So one may need to understand values of human connection, of humans being, human etiquette, which may prove valuable to understanding why a context may be of the context, why a character may be of the character, to really engage well-rounding learning in connection with reading comprehension. Our next topic is of assessing schools. What is a school? How might any assess a school to determine what defines a school? How might one assess a school when a school may differentiate so much from another school? I think there needs to be full criteria of what is a full school. When a school offers extracurricular activities. When a school offers opportunities that connect with growth external to a school, beyond the school, then a school is really offering a lot of opportunity for one to thrive. Now, one may assess the reality of funding, the reality of access, or the reality of just willingness when it comes to bringing about extracurricular activities that engage with the realm of educational environments that have extracurricular activities. So if there's a sport, for example, that a school may have, though the requirements to maintain the sport are within the school's grasp, though the school necessitates maintenance of the sport, challenges may arise. Now, if a school is able to offer a sport and have a full team and be able to connect individuals with opportunities from the sport through the educational environment, then the school is fulfilling criteria very well. Again, this may prove challenging to consider when one school might be able to have every sport in existence, though to be fair, at least the most popular sports or the most relevant sports to the American culture is arguable to say, though one may assess what is popular internationally versus what is popular nationally. If a school is able to provide these sports, then one may say this school is fulfilling a huge criteria. This school is not only offering academics, great, though other avenues for growth. So if one does want to extend one's ability in life, extend one's possibilities in life, one may do so through such parameters: good grades, good sports, good balancing, good chances for more opportunities, especially with success. So the criteria for a school, for an educational environment, is able to offer more, will have to differ from a school that may only be able to offer only so much. An educational environment requires assessing all features. The well-rounding parameters of an educational environment is what an individual may engage with. One may succeed through a club, one may succeed through a sport, one may succeed through class efforts. And triply succeeding means the school is fulfilling the criteria that allows for the individual to succeed to such a capacity. By providing such accesses, the school is bolstering what it means as a school, though bolstering what an educational criteria is to be for any school that is able to match what that school is doing, which then puts schools in different ranges. For example, if a school is providing a set amount of activities and another school matches those activities, then those schools fit a criteria that may be comparable. Otherwise, schools may only meet to a certain common degree. After meeting at the common degree, then the criteria must shift to determine what else is valuable. It's similar if one is buying a product. One is engaging with what may the product offer in comparison to the product's competitors. Going down the list, what may be available is what one wants to compare. So if the basics are there, great, one may be happy with the product. Now, some products offer more. Then an individual may assess differently. This is to say, not every individual will want the product that offers more, especially if the pay might be more. Yet, for any individual seeking to navigate with more opportunities, more access to opportunities, then an individual may be looking at the product that allows for one to have more access to the possibilities with the product. An educational environment may operate in such regard. Great. One school has all these awesome things. This other school has all these awesome things and more awesome things that one may be willing to explore. However the exploring may be, understand how big this is. If an educational environment offers all the basic necessities, including journalism, great. Now, if another school offers all the basic necessities, including journalism and just one sport, how might the journalist approach the educational environment? One may argue, well, the journalists of the school with no sports may just go and do sport journalism through other schools, where one in the environment as a journalist may already have an option to be a sports journalist, to cover stories for the sport, for just one sport. In these type of situations, one may assess how opportunity and access meets in many ways. Whereas if one is just going to be experiencing journalism, one may have opportunities to keep a broad mind about journalism, though how one might be engaging with the learning of journalism might be the same way to a degree of the other school, though the other school also has a practical route, which says, great, so we're learning journalism the same way, though let's put you into a journalistic practical situation where you will be now a sports journalist for the school. And you may actually earn experience, earn credit for the position. Whereas at the other school, one may be able to find some exploration beyond learning about journalism, may start a school newspaper about whatever else might be available to discuss. Or, as some journal might do, engage with the world external to add some more content to what the journal, the newspaper may discuss. The reality is the possibilities of connections may continue to expand. The potential on the surface may be extremely different when one is considering what is possible. Further, the school with the journalism and the sport might, on the surface, be appealing to any entity external, saying, we're a sports company, we know the sports journalism coming from here, and we like to cover this sport in this area. You're doing a great job. How may we partner? Then educational environment may meet industry and collaborate. This is not to say it is not possible with the other educational environment. One may be assessing on the surface, oh, so this place has journalism and I'm here because of this journalistic effort by a student that goes to this school, or by a teacher, or from some product that comes from this journalistic endeavor from this school. So I'm here and now I'm wondering how I can expand with the journalistic programs, the journalistic efforts through this educational environment. The possibilities are endless in both directions, though what may be clear, what may be already practically working, might be apparent with one school more so than the other. Of course, all of what I'm saying relies on myriad variables, though connects with what an educational environment may be able to navigate, to assess when determining what criteria is going through a fulfillment process. Of course, comparison will happen. If there are two schools with the same sport, assessing how individuals perform beyond the educational environment through the sports, if the individuals even continue the sport, speaking of student athletes, this allows for another comparative range. So one may assess the school is doing well regarding the success through the school, though how does the success branch external to the school in connection with the school? Oh, a different metric that the school may arguably connect to note this is a criteria the school is fulfilling well, especially in comparison to another school which may be doing well as well, and engaging with these details allows us to note that we're doing this well and this other school is doing this well. Whereas another school might not have the program. So that school is just doing well for what that school is doing well for. Though if you really want to see what else is possible, here's what may be sensible with what's going on. Of course, there are other options for educational environments engaging with entities that provide facilities for external partners. So there are ways to manage what may be of criteria, though one may find assessing a full criteria or wherever a school is through a criteria with an external partner does create a gap where the external partner does have to be able to connect metric-wise, data-wise, with a clear bridging with the educational environment, noting that because of the educational environment, the possibilities are so. Otherwise, there may be a criteria that is operating otherwise, which does not fit with the educational environment. So the educational environment, assessing the educational requirement, is noting, okay, we offer facilities because we want to encourage people to do a particular sport. We offer the facilities, and this is how we support the sport facilities, though the athletes do not participate under the school's name. The athletes are benefiting from the school support system as well as the school's relationship with the external partner, which is a completely different route to note. So the criteria involves this parameter because of how the educational environment is supporting the individual's growth with the external partner. There are many ways to consider criteria, and I think if an educational environment offers only so much, though it is an extremely wonderful educational environment, from how I'm addressing what is possible in connection with the world of which all live through for the most part, I'm going to wonder what else is available aside from basic necessities that allows for a school to really be standing out as what one may invest in. One school may offer basic necessities and be of the top schools, though another school may be in the middle ground, though allow for many opportunities, many learning avenues. So the middle ground may be of basic necessities for whatever reason, though of course respecting how one may culture, raising individuals, looking at, okay, well, this individual is really good with school, so I want to engage the individual with the other parameter here. Great. 2 activities, a club, a sport. Wow. Now the individual has a record. Great in the club, awesome in the sport, many more opportunities beyond that. Oh, great. This is something the person wants to do as a part of the person's life. Awesome. Now I'm seeing this bigger picture, whereas in the comparative sense of another school, the individual is already going to do good in school. So what else is the feature to note of the individual to say, okay, you have a lot of time to do well, versus, okay, you're great at managing time between these activities and excel through what you do. Awesome. Not to say one person is better than the other, just assessing what is possible with criteria, how to manage criteria, and of course, how to assess how a school might be in a comparative sense through representation of what a grading scale might be. Of course, standard assessments need improving. So I really think the article brings to light what is extremely important, especially because education is a part of the economy that requires attention. Whether one wants to give the attention or not, one is giving education attention. All right, let's do some origami. Today we're gonna make an origami pear. So I have a square sheet of origami in my hand. You just fold it up. Next, we're gonna just take each point and we're gonna fold it in. Okay, just gonna fold in each pair. So we'll have the folds in here. Next, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fold this portion, this bottom lip up. You can just do it right here on the camera. You can see it. And just fold it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just fold it up. Get it up there because we're going to do a full bear. Next, you have somewhat of a triangle. All right. So we're going to fold this single point down. Then we're going to fold it up just a little bit, making a little step. Then we're going to fold it down. So fold it down, then I fold it up a little bit, and then I fold the tip down. Then I'm just going to fold in the corners, and voila, a pear. Alrighty. I champion reading physical books. When an individual reads a physical book, the brain changes physically. So when one reads a physical book, one benefits long term. The text I'm going to discuss today is Who Moved My Cheese? I like how the text remains somewhat abstract, leaving one to assess what a character may be, to address how one may make the most of what opportunity is present, though navigate life understanding how opportunity may be, how opportunity may move, as well as how one may move to find opportunity, to obtain opportunity. Though the cheese need not be only of opportunity. The cheese may be of whatever one may really correlate with the cheese. Navigating what is valuable to one to determine how one may proceed to ensure to not only obtain the value, but to keep the focus of what is valuable as one journeys through life. The cheese may vary. One may find a different type of cheese as one goes along that one enjoys, that is beneficial. And one may assess how each cheese is with one's choice of life. I really like the text. I think the text is fun to engage with. And I think the values one may discover through reading the text may prove interesting if one engages with playing with what the text offers. Thanks for joining. I don't know. We can talk about it. Onward and Upward, Dufresne.